with this light on the whole time I'm driving. But I just saw 3 deer. I gotta watch out for them deer. There are a lot of them on this road. I'm gonna flip the camera around like I used to back in the day, Show part of the road, I guess. Hopefully I won't see no deer hitting the front of the truck. Sometimes I have these nights where I'm so excited about the work I got to do the next day, and it's on my mind. I'm just thinking about so many different things I can do, and my heart is really still in the work, like I'm not ready to go to bed. I didn't even want to leave when it got dark, too dark to see. I wanted to keep working. Sometimes I get a cold and I just grab onto it like a pit bull, and I just don't want to let go till it's done. I can disappear sometimes where friends and family don't see me for a while because I'm so absorbed into a project until I get it done. And there's deadlines, no matter what, winter is on its way, no matter what, spring's on its way, no matter what, summer, and it's going to rain in a few days because it's already been there a year, I want to replace it with the pond liner, and I want to get all that water out of there before it rains and fills up, and it's even harder to get it out of there. Good morning, Wade. But I couldn't sleep, so I'm just going to go ahead and get to work early. Go ahead and start carrying water out of that pond liner. I buried a fire, and there's a lot of dirt around it. It can't go nowhere. But I got a ring of bricks, and then I covered up a bunch of charcoal, a bunch of sticks that are going to turn into charcoal. I covered them in bricks, covered that up with dirt, until just a little bit of smoke is leaving it. And so I shouldn't have to start another fire. I should be able to get there and get the shovel and move the bricks, and when that air hits all that hot carbon, it should catch right up on fire. One message to them. Let me think of. When you ask the question, if I had one message for the world, what would it be? Then I think, well, if you only got one message, you got to say the most important message. So I really got to think about that. I'm not going to say, I'm just going to talk a little bit. I think it's important to take into consideration the future. Every action has consequences, and a lot of our actions have consequences longer than our life. I think it's good to leave a place better than you found it. think it's important to be brave and tell the truth. Even though a lot of people and I saw this one guy talking on this video, and he asked this guy how many times he saw his parents. The guy said twice a year. So he did the math for him, and he was like, so by the age of his parents and all, he might only see them like, you know, he's thinking he's got this many years with them, but he's really only got like 10 visits left. And the guy was making a point to the other guy that if you would think about it that way, you'd go visit your parents more often. Time really is short. So you want to make the best of the time you have. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Gratitude's very important. A lack of gratitude makes someone very miserable. When I pull in the driveway and I get out, I'm going to read the comments. I'm not ignoring nobody. It's just I got to kind of watch the road while I'm driving a little more than the comments. But we're about there. It's not a very long drive. I got some new hens. I got 7 more BB red hens, which is good because my flock had a lot of, it was 5 hens and 5 roosters, and now it's 6 roosters and 12 hens. It's still a high rooster ratio, but it's better than it was. Alright. It is cold outside, but I got long pants and shorts and 2 pair of shirts and a pullover shirt, and I'll probably wind up it ain't all that cold when the sun comes up and I get to working. Okay, let's see if I remember. We'll be able to see once we get this fire going. It's right here. Let's see. It's still hot. I want the shovel to. I can pull the brakes out easier with this. Let's use a pickaxe. Well, it's like a mat. The rooster said good morning. I might need to. Alright, I can see them. These bricks are too hot to touch with my hands. Excuse me. Let me see what. It's cold outside. Safety first. It's very cold here in Las Vegas. I bet.
There's not a lot of humidity in Las Vegas, I don't imagine. So it's probably like when I was in San Antonio. When it gets dark, the temperature probably drops pretty quick. Let's see if I there's some hot coals. I'm using the front face of my phone kind of to add some light here to see. Most of it is over on this side. Most of the charcoal and the mass of the heat, a lot of dirt on it. It's just too hot to touch with my hands. I'm gonna have to get it with this. See, I already want to take off this. Oh, I see it. I see an orange, a little orange ember over there on that side. Even before I got this part uncovered. I like to keep a little fire going. I cut the oxygen down on it by burying it. That way, it takes it a long time to burn up the fuel, and I conserve fuel. Then I ain't gotta light another fire when I come out here. And as I till up this field, just different roots and weeds and thorns and briars, I'm able to just go ahead and burn them and go ahead and rake that charcoal right into the garden. I'm also gonna dig out more of the soil in the chicken pen and spread out in these rows I made, which I'll show the progress I've made out here when the sun comes up and I can see better. It's hot by this, by these coals and bricks, and there's some, but it did work. It's held. It held plenty of coals and everything. We just gotta let air start getting to it, and it'll light back up. Find all the little embers that are glowing and put them together. Concentrate that heat. Find pieces of charcoal and pile on them. The charcoal will catch up fast. Don't do it like I'm doing it. Don't pick it up with your hands. Some of them might still be lit. A lot of them are. There's some good charcoal in here. Do I got the cam? Which way do I got the camera turned? I need to. All right. Now I can see. Start. That's another thing that's good about the fire is it's also a light source. Alright, there's a lot of charcoal in that dirt that I could dig out and burn, but at the same time, I want to just let it stay up under the dirt and dig it up later. I can grill with it later. Got a big old wood pile here. That close by. I'm gonna make a plate. I don't know about now. It's gonna take a few days of drying. I'm gonna make some cups and plates and bowls out of clay, but mostly I'm gonna be hauling water and pumping, moving water. And then while I'm like resting and taking a break, I might play in the clay a little bit. It's hot. All that dirt and bricks and everything everywhere near where I had that fire buried is hot. I'm already gonna jack it off. I am gonna get to the comments in a section too, y'all. I just want to get the fire going enough that I ain't gotta worry about it going out. Or also I want to light up this area so I can go ahead and start working in it. The sun is taking a little too long for me. When you're making a fire, it needs something to burn, and it needs oxygen. And after a while, you just kind of learn better ways of stacking it. My brothers have built countless amount of fires. And see, like if I was to just take these bricks away from the backside, it would already be burning just from having more air. If I was to just dig around in round shape, it's just these bricks are so hot right now, I don't want to touch them. When that smoke rises, it gets trapped. There's them coals there. Oh, it's a little cooler. That brick's a little cooler. I can touch it. Some of them, like that one's way too hot. You think you can touch it, then when you start squeezing on it, it starts to cook you. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna take. See, I've done everything to keep it from getting air so that fuel wouldn't burn up fast. So it would last throughout the night. But now I need it to get air. So put all this stuff back away. Also, excuse me, I really wanted to make sure nothing behind me caught up. So I dug that whole place out a lot before I left. And Brittany wasn't feeling good. I know she was ready to go before I had that finish dug out, but I'm not about to watch my greenhouse catch on fire. All right, I'll look at the comments a little bit. It's very cold. I hope you stay warm. These bricks are very hot, and I learned a trick. You can lock them together, and they'll transfer heat from one to another. And you can build you a little fire under the bricks and build it to where they're connected to bricks in a circle around the fire that you sit in. And it'll warm the ground up under you. These bricks a little further away, let the fire get some more air. When I get to where I can see, I can throw the charcoal on the fire and move some of this dirt and potash and all. Let's see. Get all these. Oh, there's a brick right there. There's an ember right there. Now see, like that dirt there, that's keeping it from getting air. I want all that dirt out there. Bring that lower. Bring the coals to it. That charcoal there. I'll put that there. That's just, what's that, roots and grass. I'll put it, all right. It's too hot for this jacket now. And I can see the camera can't. I can. My old phone would have been able to see it. But it lights up the wood pile from this distance. I could, if I had all the stuff together. You could cook your food, make your charcoal, tan a hide, and make pottery all in the same pit. All in the same fire. And make the charcoal. There's that shovel I was looking for a while ago. I like to take these longer pieces and burn them in half. And then just, when they burn in half, restack them over the fire. And let the fire do the work at cutting them in half for me. I'm gonna save them for my next pottery. For real though, I gotta take this jacket off. Amazing how just moving around a little bit makes that big of a difference. Let's see. Student, it's 5 degrees where I'm at this morning. Well, you need to probably move to where I'm at. I don't know what it is here, but it's not freezing. It was a little cold, but nothing like 5 degrees. Well, I don't know if you're saying Celsius or Fahrenheit. I don't even know what. I'm gonna let this, when this burns in half, I can put all these little pieces on top of there. I'm really just mostly breaking these off so I can get this side of the dirt and not have them poking me. There's enough on the fire right now to keep it going. It's good to go ahead and have a fire going in the same place all day long and all before you even start making pottery. So you've dried up the ground and heated it up. You don't want moisture in there really. I was hoping. So you can see the ground lit up there. But this camera can't really pick it up there. It does a tiny bit. So I'll have to probably wait till daylight to really show y'all what I've done. But this middle section, I've decided to keep it as a corridor, to go to the greenhouse, to go out that way, to go around the fire break I'm building around the house, to go to the back porch. Because a lot of it gets shaded out anyway by the building. You can't see those rows. But where these rows are, I'm making a row come through like this and catch the water coming down that hillside. And from there up the hill, I'm going to have a garden. And from where that little pine trees laying down, from there back, I'm going to have a garden. I'm going to keep this middle part open for fires. People can sit in chairs and hang out, and it could turn in, you know, just, I make my pots here, have room to move around and do whatever. When I first got with Brittany, I was like, I need to go get my hoe. She thought I was talking about something completely different. She didn't even know what a garden hoe was. Or she might have did, I don't know. I don't think she did though. She grew up living mostly in the city of McRae, and okay, well, let's see. It's a windy day. It's been windy here too. It just got really windy, and the rains are about to come in. I guess the wind's blowing them rain clouds to us. The neighbors, I hear they got them some chickens. That egg price spike went up, and then everybody started getting chickens. I had chickens before that, and they're like, it's not worth it to have chickens. But a lot of people, they pay a lot more for chickens than they really have to. I mean, if you were to plant you some grains, some forbs, and some clovers, and let them, it just depends on if you can let them forage or not. They will find a lot of their own food if you can let them. Let me get on this side. That new rooster come in with 6 hens. One of the hens was raised with quail and has quail tendencies. The other 6 hens come in with that one rooster. And you know, he come in one rooster with 6 hens to be joined into a flock with 5 roosters and 5 hens. And so, you know, he ain't got no friends or no backup. And then none of the roosters want to see hens fight. So they're breaking up all the hen fights. And the dominant rooster that's already in the flock, he's spending most of his time trying to bully the new rooster and take his hens from him. But oh, Wade Purvis give me some of them multiplying onions, and I planted them. And then the time before that, he gave me some black walnuts. I really appreciate it. It's been 2 days of me not, I haven't let the chickens out for 2 days because I don't want to let them new chickens out and then run off in the woods somewhere. I want them to get used to sleeping here. And I don't want them to just be like, well, let's run away from these other chickens. And so it worked last time. I joined them other chickens in with the flock. I let them the two become one flock. I started letting them out at the pen again. Oh, this elbow ain't never gonna get better if I don't quit using it. I just won't let it rest. A little bit loves to just stare at the fire when I make it in the wood stove. There's probably a lot of, I don't want that. There's a lot of charcoal in here. Oh, that's a real dark spot there. Charcoal is a great way to get your soil to hold more water. And it's porous and has a lot of surface area, and it gives a safe place. There's a lot of beneficial microbes in the soil that are sensitive to sudden temperature changes or moisture changes. And charcoal provides them a stable environment where they might die everywhere in the soil but still be alive in the bits of charcoal to recolonize the soil. So it's really good to have charcoal in your soil. And also, I forget what, it's like it can dry out, but it can also be like a sponge. I'm gonna wire me some lights out here pretty soon. I can tap off that wire that I've already run. I don't know why I went live when it's dark and can't see nothing. Well, I got that fire going. Probably should go get some buckets of water. Well, I can't hardly see to walk down that way yet. I have 2 different sources of water, like one right by the chicken pen and one right there at the tree line. So I ain't really got to go that far to get water. And I got, see, there is dirt all the way to there's a lot of dirt all the way around that fire. It'd be really hard for that fire to go anywhere. But I just like to I got shovels with all kind of loose dirt I could put it out with, but I just like to have water when I have a fire just in case. I left out this morning. I had dropped the tailgate to carry out 4 buckets of water into the house. And I forgot, I heard something and I'm like, I know I just forget to put that tailgate up. And I did, and nothing fell out the truck but 1 bucket, and it didn't break it when it hit the road. Anyway, 4 buckets. I wonder what time the sun comes up. There's a young oak tree over there, and I got some bricks around it, and I marked the angle that the sun rises at different times of the year. I'm gonna make me a calendar out here, like landmark calendar to mark the longest day of the year or shortest day of the year, all that kind of stuff, just to do it. If one day, I know, they're going to try to enslave everybody, trying to get us back to being peasants and everything. And they're going to say, oh, you can't do that because of CO2 emissions and all. But do you know that if a log of dead wood on the forest just rots on its own, it's going to give off the same amount of carbon dioxide either way, whether it just sits there and rots or whether you burn it? And the plants are just going to build, they're just going to use energy from the sun and CO2 and water to make sugar and grow. Ain't it so crazy how it goes so quick from ain't never nobody heard anything about it, and then all of a sudden they're talking all this mud flood, Tartaria, Cabbage Patch Kid, all that stuff, and just all over. I do like being able to walk this path without briars snagging me all the time now. I didn't want to leave last night. I wanted to sleep here, but Brittany didn't want to. I wanted to just, which I ain't moved a heater over here. She was like, it'd be cold and we didn't have pillows over here. I got a little bed here, but I didn't even have. She made the right choice. I mean, we shouldn't have tried to sleep here until I moved a heater over here and everything. But I wanted to mark when the sun comes up. I wanted to be here when the sun come up. Got a Paul Brown. What is his name? Play electric guitar and direct. I wonder if that one's burnt in half too. There we go. Oh. How my shoe come untied? I ain't done nothing. My little sister has gotten into Doc Holliday. I think she's trying to be Doc Holliday now. She wearing a cowboy hat, asking I don't know a lot about Doc Holliday. I know he was from Georgia and he was a dentist and he got tuberculosis, and they said maybe that desert dry air would do you some good. And I guess the man felt he didn't have much to lose. Oh, all them options just come up on the camera, all kind of stuff that I normally don't see. What did I touch to make all that happen? There's a green screen, green highlight, retouch, hide live video, effects picker, mute, flip, lighting, close. Oh, it's that little triangle. That's the east that way. I still don't. I could go and bring the camera out to the edge of the woods and I'd get a better sunrise when the sun does come up. Good morning, y'all. I got one person still watching. I'm sorry it got boring. I don't ever really have a plan with these lives. My plan was to come here and just show one, how you can store a fire in the ground, but there's not enough daylight to really get to see that video too well. And then I don't know, I guess I imagine the sun would come up earlier than what it would. I imagine my trip over here takes longer than it does. And I was going to show the progress with just hand tools, garden hoe, shovel, little hand tiller. Like you just twist it with your hands. It's going to show how much of these briars, and the same place that I burnt in that video, I'll burn off all the thorns and stuff. I was going to go show the update video on it, but it's too dark to see anything. And I'm going to, it's not in the freezing temperatures anymore, which it hasn't been mostly. There was just a day a while back ago, like 2 different days, it almost got into freezing, and one day that it did. And I think it's warm enough to water my fruit trees. Anyway, that water's got to come out of that pond. That tarp ain't gonna last forever. It'll dry rot. And the pond liner I got, really, I need to take that out. I need to take the tarp out and take the pond liner out and get the shovel out there and reshape it to fit the pond liner really good. And make sure there ain't no tree roots or nothing getting anywhere close to it, and figure out about where I want to set it. And I want to try to get all the water out of it before the rain comes and fills it back up. And also get the tarp, get the pond liner in the ground in time to catch all that rain that's coming. And since I got to empty the water out of the area to do that, I might as well put all that water on my fruit trees. And I think it's warm enough to do it. And I saw a dead frog in the pond, and I'm like, how is there a dead frog in the pond? Like, because one, how'd he die? How'd he drown? And he can swim. He's a frog. And then 2, how did he die and nothing ain't ate him yet? I thought that was just a kind of a weird thing to see. What is the? Do I got one of these? This can be. Oh yeah, it could be loaded more. Want to just live stream the fire while I go do all this stuff? I don't think anybody. I don't know. We spent a lot of time just looking at the fire. I'm gonna go get some more firewood to put on the fire. And oh, there's the first star. Or not the first start. Why am I? I guess it's less cloudy. The sun's coming up. It's not getting dark. Let's see. It's windy day today. Okay, I'm caught up on the comments. Oh man. Now it's too hot for these jogging pants. I would say the entertainment of this live stream will get better when the sun comes up, but I'm not going to promise that either. These chickens are two different flocks being joined to one, so they have a little bit of squabbles here and there with one another. It's natural for them to kind of fight over a pecking order, and then there's a peace, and they don't fight no more when they know who's boss and who's not. Then there's peace. You know, peace is really just surrender, and you know, to some type of order, some type of rule, some type of somebody being in charge. It's not just everybody's now equal in authority, and now there's peace. Peace happens in an intermission of war when one side surrenders. I'm not saying that I like that that's the way that it is, or that that's the ideal or anything, but a lot of things aren't what we think they are. Peace isn't what we think it is. Love isn't. Freedom isn't. A lot of people don't really think a lot of things really through too much. People just kind of sort of go with the flow, the path of least resistance. And a lot of people just sort of repeat the thoughts and sayings of other people without really thinking of them. A lot of times people accept things as truth because they like and trust the people who said them more than they've actually looked into the merits of the things, you know. There's a lot of things that sound good, but aren't really true. Now I got my jogging pants and jacket off. I'm got shorts and 2 short sleeve shirts. And I feel a little bit of the chill of the wind, a little bit, but not much. I'm really comfortable. But I'm kind of thinking about taking off the other shirt, but then I think I might get cold. It's a pretty big star right there in the sky there. That might be probably a planet. Can't see the sun, but you know, the color blue is starting to come into the sky. I love this sort of transition time where you go from the blacks and whites of night to the colors of the day. The colors just, they slowly start to come in. You know, the sky was just black. Now it's like black and a gray, and then that blue starts to come in, and then the purples and the pinks and the orange and the yellow, and then it's just lit up. The white light comes in, and there's just color everywhere. Right up under that fire, that pile of dirt that it's on top of, there's a whole bunch of buried coals and charcoal up under that. I just didn't have to dig all up. I didn't have to dig it all up to get to enough to start a fire. I almost dug it up and used it for fuel, but then I was just like, no, I'll save it. I'll add it to my charcoal pile I grill with in the summer. A big old pecan tree was cut down in my mama's yard years ago, and there's just so much pecan wood, and I turned it into charcoal. That was the first time I really started mass producing charcoal, because it was just so much simpler than I thought it would be. You can just build a big old cone shape of sticks, logs, set the middle on fire and get it burning good, and then just cover it up with dirt. And it just, in that low oxygen environment, it cooks the wood. It doesn't burn it all the way up, it just cooks it down to its carbon. You get all these big chunks of lump. And charcoal's, it seems kind of overpriced. I guess if you don't have a way to make charcoal, it's worth it. But once you learn how to make charcoal, there's no sense in buying charcoal. It's really, now like if you just make a fire just like that I got going right now, there's going to be some charcoal there because some of it's not getting oxygen, you know, like those pieces that are up on the other piece. But all that on the top will just burn into white potash and it'll be gone. But if you was to pile that up into a mound and cover it up with dirt and have a little bit of smoke coming out the top, it would all turn to charcoal just about. And the charcoal is not going to stay dirty. You know, the dirt's going to come right off the charcoal. The charcoal's like smooth and soft, and all the dust and dirt and all coming right off the charcoal. You don't have, like I see a lot of YouTube videos where people are showing how to make charcoal in metal drums. And some of it's in like making little charcoal things in tuna cans. That's not very efficient. And they'll burn a big old fire to make a little bit of charcoal and all. And make all these, you ain't got to make nothing. Dirt is free. You can really dig a pit in the ground and start a fire and fill it up and bury it in dirt. Don't cover it with so much dirt that there's no smoke, but where there's almost no smoke, there's just a little bit of smoke coming off the top of it. Now don't go put the fire out before it ever got lit, you know. Let it get to burning good, and then cover it all the way up. I can see everything now without the fire. I'm gonna show the sky. See, it's not dark anymore. I want to take the camera to the tree line and watch the sun come up. Or maybe not. And I need to just go ahead and start carrying water. I can see the carry water. I'm about to start doing it. I think what I'm going to do is I could keep the live stream going and check the comments every now and then and keep working, but I don't know that I should do that because it'd be a lot of, maybe I should stop and start another one later. I know I'm not going to sit here with nothing to talk about and waste time that I could be getting trees watered. Maybe I could just, I saw one guy was live streaming. He was just asking people for money all day. Another guy was live streaming. He had a toilet seat on his head. So I know the bar is very low for live. Like it's low. I might be able to just go live and just show a campfire and come back every now and then. Or when it gets daylight enough, just put it on the chickens. I think I am about to just get off the live stream and come back later. I don't know. I'll keep it. I think I am going to just end it. I don't think it'd be fair to the viewer, you know, because then when I go to load it, it's going to take forever to process if I just have like hours and hours of just a campfire burning for no reason. Isn't fire just awesome? I don't ever get tired of looking at it. It's everything you need to live and everything that'll kill you. You know, it's enough heat to keep you warm, but or it can burn you all the way up. Y'all have a good morning. This going live is distracting me from working, so I'm gonna get off of it and get to work.